Is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 9/12/22, show number 423. Well, I guess we should talk about the huge move in silver today. Not sure what's going on there, Nick.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what is really going on there, but I will say this much, Kerry. I did get a silver buy signal at the end of August, and I had some nice positions in silver. I took partial profits today, and I closed out my call option for over 60%. So I'm a very happy person. But I will say the chart looks poised for much more upside in silver. We'll probably go north of 21st, test it around there. I think after that, though, silver could trade up to around $24 with this momentum. So we'll see if it can carry. But I really have a strange feeling that this is a significant bottom for silver going forward.
Hey, on the spot market, Nick, it's up over $1 today. We haven't seen a dollar move in silver in like over a year.
Yeah, it's really an incredible pop today, and again over $1, over 5.5%, which is pretty extraordinary when you think about it. But when silver makes these moves, these are not one day events. These are moves that are signaling something else is going on. I'm never really good at the soap opera, but what I am good at is reading the charts. And as I think we even said it on this show a while ago, when silver gets down around that $17 area, that's going to be the spot. And sure enough, it traded as low as $17.40 a little over a week ago, and here we are now, almost at 20.
So capitulation, huh?
Well, I don't know if we want to call it capitulation, but what I would think is that, we went into a major bottom, and you go back to the May 2020 reversal to the upside. Remember, that's when silver put in that bottom, and it really took off that month, in the month of May, and it proceeded to go to around $30. And I think we're going to go above 30 on this next move.
Wow, $30 plus. We haven't seen that in close to 2 years. That's
right. We haven't seen it. Last time we were there, I believe, was in February of 2021. Now, we're not going to go up in a straight line. I know some listeners are going to say, the day we pull back, they'll criticize me. But, you'll get pullbacks. But I do believe that this is the start of a massive uptrend for silver.
Yeah, well, we've been waiting for years for this day. I can't believe it's finally here. But like you said, it's not going to be a straight line up. It's going to take its sweet time about it, and it's going to act to frustrate the majority of investors.
Yes, and what the funny thing is, Kerry, you remember we talked about it getting down to this level a long time ago, and a lot of people didn't believe it would happen. And I'll tell you something. If you look at July silver put in a little bit of a low. I guess it pierced $18 or went right to 18, and then it bounced up to around a high of around $20.87, and then it proceeded to make a new low right on September 1st. And I said, wow, this is it. This is going to be the undercut where they come and make that's right. They make that new nominal low. And I said, this is a great buying opportunity. And sure enough, you could see the move that it's having over the last 5-6 days. But today, really a significant drive.
Huge. Yeah, huge. And we knew it was coming. There was no question about it. But yet people just they're always in doubt. They're always nervous. You're always too scared to pull the trigger. And here we are, right?
That's always the case. And, I tell people all the time, if you know the levels, you got to trust them. And that's why I tell everybody, just learn the charts. I have no idea what the story is. I've heard about 10 stories today. One that, Putin is going to go and start a new currency in Asia with China and other countries over there. I've heard stories that silver we're going to go to silver back currency. I mean, I've heard just the most off the wall stuff today. And I said, you know what? I don't care what the story is. Just follow the chart. It'll tell you when you need to be in it, when you need to be out of it for the most part. And, so far so good on this one.
Exactly. The charts, I'm becoming a believer myself. Well, I have been for quite a while. I'm just not as good at reading the tea leaves as you, Nick, because you've been doing it for, 30 plus years here. But when I see $17 silver and that there basically is not one mine in the world that is economically feasible at that price, pure silver mine, then I know that something's going on. And so it's interesting, 1,700 in gold and 1,700 in silver, $17 in silver, right?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, we have gold today at basically 1742, and then you look at silver was down there. Now silver is 1987, so quite the year. But again, it's funny how that works out. When nobody wants something, that's when you got to be looking to get into it, and when everybody catches on to this, it'll be time to take some more profits. But all in all, really a great day for precious metals today in general. But silver really is the standout.
Yeah. Yeah, and silver has really been the redheaded stepchild of, if the precious metal market has been the redheaded stepchild of the investing markets over the past decade, then silver is really its totally illegitimate stepchild there.
Well said. And I agree. I tell you, it's sometimes viewed as the most hated precious metal out there, and I chuckle. But prior to this, when it got down to those levels, I alerted my members that I even bought a substantial amount of physical silver there too. So I'm in it to win it. And again, I closed out an option today on SLV for 60%, a little over that. And I took some profits, a little bit of profits off of my SLV swing trade as well. But you get these 8-9% jumps. It's proven to take some capital off, and I'll put a second half back on, and I'm still holding a substantial amount, but I'll put a second half back on any pullback here.
All right, so precious metals not the only news today. This Friday is a quad witch, and everything's going to go crazy this week.
Oh, this is going to be a wild week. I've already, told my members, expect a roller coaster. I call this the real shark week. There's a quarterly expiration, and then you have the whole entire week's going to be a week of institutional game playing. So I think traders got to really, really be aware of that. It's just where the large institutions will usually push stocks away from where the popular strike prices are, from where the small retail options trader has placed their bet, and it's going to be a roller coaster of a week. So I would definitely get ready for this.
All right, as usual, and of course, markets are wildly anticipating the much-awaited CPI number, if you could believe anything they have to say.
Yeah, if you could believe it. It's a backward-looking number, so we'll see what comes out of it. I guess it will be a little bit better than expected, or somewhat in line, since you had a big pullback in oil, a big pullback in gasoline. But guess what? Oil and gasoline are on the move again to the upside, and I think they may have bottomed as well. So, this is a time for the ages, and we'll see what comes of it. But in my opinion, the recent stock market rally that we're seeing is really nothing more than a bear market bounce, and I think there's some really good opportunities in a lot of these commodities.
All right. Well, hey, finally, Bitcoin seems to be on the move today. Yeah, maybe it bottomed with silver and gold.
Yeah, it might be catching a bid with them. Bitcoin is certainly on fire today, up about 4%, 4.5% as we speak, above that 20,000 level, sitting at 22,300. So it's definitely getting defended here. But the one thing I would say to everybody about Bitcoin, while it held its lows from the June sell-off on June 30th, remember the bigger picture, the bigger chart pattern is still very, very bearish. And ultimately, I believe it's still going to go down and test that 13,000 level.
Right. All right. Well, hey, I guess we're going to find out soon enough. Well, that is it for today. Make sure you go over to Nick's site, inthemoneystocks.com, see how he's beaten the indices for decades, and check out his trading record. The Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago 01, and at Kerry Lutz. And, of course, your questions are always welcome. KL@KerryLutz.com, or post comments on the YouTube channel. I generally read most of them. I've noticed that the number of people watching this YouTube has gone way up by about 50%, Nick. And hey, you nailed the call on silver, and that's yet another feather on your illustrious cap.
Well, again, as a trader, we're not perfect. We're never going to be right all the time. But for the most part, if we use charts and we learn how they function and what the patterns reveal, you'll do pretty good in this business.